The old way of marketing your med spa is dead, and med spa owners are feeling it. If you're doing all the things on social media, posting consistently, and still wondering why it's not translating into booked consultations or qualified patients, you're not alone. At Salt Marketing, we've spent years helping med spas and wellness brands turn marketing into measurable growth. Not just likes and followers, but real patients, real revenue, and real clarity. And right now, we're watching far too many practices waste time and energy on strategies that simply don't work anymore. This isn't about trends or hacks. It's about understanding how patients actually find, trust, and choose a med spa today, especially in a world shaped by AI search, changing algorithms, and overwhelmed consumers. These are the 7 strategies that med spa owners and CEOs need right now, and how to use them to get ahead without burning out or chasing what doesn't matter. Strategy number 1, create content for AI. This is something most med spa owners don't understand, and a lot of people would even disagree with. You need to start creating content for AI. The med spas that are winning right now understand that content isn't just for humans anymore. It's also for AI. Because people are literally searching for best Botox near me and what's the downtime for Morpheus 8 inside tools like ChatGPT. In fact, I had a conversation with a med spa owner recently who was genuinely surprised by how many new patients told him, "I found you on ChatGPT." Not Google, not Instagram, ChatGPT. So when someone tells me I've been posting consistently for a year and nothing is working, I ask one simple question. Are you creating content where AI can actually find it? Usually they look confused. So here's what I explain. Platforms like ChatGPT and Perplexity pull information from sources like Wikipedia, Reddit, and especially YouTube. And increasingly, they're also pulling from high-authority websites and content that clearly answers real questions. We're calling this AEO, Ask Engine Optimization. And if your ideal patient is using AI to research treatments, pricing, providers, downtime, and results, you're not showing up in the places AI pulls from. You basically don't even exist in that decision-making moment. Now imagine you're investing heavily in Instagram or LinkedIn because you assume that's where your audience is, but your actual future patients are watching lip filler before and after videos on YouTube. They're reading real patient experiences on Reddit, and they're asking ChatGPT who to trust in your city. You've been talking to the wrong room. Every hour you spend creating content in a place where your patients aren't actively searching is how your competitor is actually showing up exactly where they are. To fix this, use a tool like SparkToro to identify where your ideal patients actually consume information. Then audit every channel you're on and ask, is AI indexing this? Are my ideal patients searching here? If the answer is no to both, cut it. Remove it from your strategy. Prioritize the intersection of what AI cares about and where your future patients are already looking. Strategy number 2, think in sound bites, not funnels. This one will completely change how you think about marketing your med spa. The old funnel-based marketing tool is broken. Most people are taught marketing like this. Top of funnel builds awareness, middle of funnel nurtures that interest, and bottom of funnel closes the sale. For a med spa, that might look like trendy reels at the top, educational posts about treatments in the middle, and a special offer or consultation at the bottom. Here's the problem. Patients don't follow your funnel. They follow their own emotional, often urgent path. Someone might land on your website from Google or ChatGPT already thinking, I'm ready to book Botox, just tell me who to trust. But instead, your most helpful content is buried because it was organized by funnel stage instead of what they need to hear right now. This is where a soundbite-driven approach changes everything. Instead of thinking in funnel stages, med spas need to think in sound bites, short, clear, repeatable ideas that instantly help a patient feel understood and confident in moving forward. I'm teaching med spas to create the 5 core PEACE sound bites. This is a story brand framework, PEACE, that forms the front steps of your marketing and attracts the right patients. P is for problem. What's the real issue your patient is dealing with? Not just wrinkles, but feeling like they don't recognize themselves anymore. E is for empathy. Help them feel seen and understood. You're not vain for wanting to feel confident again. A is for answer. Introduce a clear and simple solution, a personalized treatment plan, not a one-size-fits-all injector visit. C is for change. Show them what life looks like after the solution. They're going to feel refreshed, natural, and confident, and not overdone. And E is for the end result. Paint the picture of the final win. They'll love what they see in the mirror and feel confident showing up fully. These 5 PEACE sound bites should show up everywhere. Your website, YouTube videos, social captions, emails, and even your front desk and how they talk to your patients. If your content doesn't stand alone and deliver clarity and reassurance, no matter where a patient finds it, you're going to be losing them. So instead of asking what stage of the funnel is this person in, ask which PEACE soundbite does this reinforce? What does my patient need to hear right now to feel safe, informed, and confident? If someone finds you through a random YouTube video or an AI search result, that single piece of content should instantly communicate your expertise, your empathy, and your approach, not just serve a top-of-funnel purpose. Make every soundbite accessible everywhere, based on what serves your future patients at the moment they're making that decision. Strategy number 3, start with the problem match, the P in peace. If you want to grow your med spa or wellness practice, stop pitching and start mirroring. This is one of the single biggest mistakes I see med spa owners make in their marketing. Your website, your ads, your social posts open with your credentials, how many years you've been in business, certifications, advanced technology, awards won, impressive before and afters. All of that's important. There's something I like to say in marketing that's worth remembering. When you can articulate your client's pain more clearly than they can, you've already earned their trust, and often their business. Now imagine 2 versions of the same med spa homepage. One opens with credentials, awards, and the number of treatments they've performed. The other opens with this: you're doing everything right, eating well, taking care of your skin, but you still look tired. You don't feel like yourself when you look in the mirror, and you're not sure which treatment will actually help versus what's just hype. Same med spa, completely different impact. In the second version, that patient immediately thinks they get me. That's problem matching. For med spas and wellness practices, this means leading with what your patients are actually feeling, not what you're proud of. Instead of "we offer advanced aesthetic and wellness treatments," try "you're frustrated because nothing seems to work the way it used to, and you're overwhelmed by too many treatment options with no clear guidance." Instead of "hi, we're a board-certified team with years of experience," try "you want natural results, but you're afraid of looking overdone and you don't know who to trust." Before you ever talk about Botox, hormone therapy, weight loss, skin rejuvenation, you must prove that you understand the real problem your patient is facing in their exact language. That's the problem soundbite in the PEACE framework. If you skip this step, everything else you say, your expertise, your technology, your offers, just sounds like noise. So use your patient's words, not medical jargon or industry language. If they say overwhelmed, don't say "my treatment selection complexity." If they say "I just don't feel like myself anymore," don't translate that into clinical terms. Make problem matching the very first thing in every piece of content: your website, your videos, your ads, even your consultation conversations. Then test it. If your ideal patient responds with "yes, that's exactly how I feel," then you've nailed it, and you've taken the first step toward earning their trust and their business. Strategy number 4, the stakes. There's an old saying in direct response marketing: don't sell a better mousetrap, sell a bigger, scarier mouse. In story brand language, that's about the stakes. Patients don't take action because a treatment is 40% better or a device is newer. They take action because something feels off, and they're afraid of what happens if they don't do something about it. Most med spa marketing talks about features, advanced technology, new devices, certifications, but features don't create urgency. Stakes do. Patients are subconsciously asking, what happens if I do nothing? Is this going to get worse? Am I running out of time to fix this? Instead of leading with the treatment, you need to clearly communicate what's at risk if the problem stays unresolved. For example, instead of saying, "we offer state-of-the-art skin rejuvenation treatments," try, "you're noticing changes in your skin faster than you expected. Fine lines are becoming deeper, skin laxity is more noticeable, and every year you wait, collagen loss becomes harder to reverse." Instead of saying, "we provide customized hormone therapy," say, "you're exhausted, you're gaining weight, and you're not feeling like yourself, but you've been told that this is just aging. The truth is, waiting often makes these symptoms harder to correct." That pain cuts through the noise. Better doesn't. This isn't about fear-mongering. It's about honesty. It's when patients don't clearly understand the stakes where they delay the decision. And delay often means more aggressive treatments later, longer recovery times, and higher costs. Continued frustration, fatigue, and loss of confidence as well. So to build the mega mean mouse using story brand stakes, identify the core problem, not just wrinkles, but a loss of confidence, not just weight, but exhaustion and discouragement. Then clearly articulate the stakes. What does this cost them emotionally, physically, or socially if nothing changes? Show how the problem compounds over time. Collagen loss accelerates, hormonal imbalances worsen, energy continues to decline. Fourth, name the villain. Not the patient, but the outdated beliefs like this is just a part of aging or one-size-fits-all treatments that don't address root causes. Acknowledge failed solutions, at-home devices, trend treatments, quick fixes, and being passed from provider to provider with no clear plan. After the patient fully understands what's at stake, you can introduce the solution, a personalized, medically guided approach. If your marketing skips the stakes and jumps straight for the treatment, patients won't feel the urgency. They'll scroll, delay, or choose based on price alone. But when your patients or clients clearly see what they stand to lose and what they stand to gain, taking action feels not only logical, but necessary. Make the stakes clear before you present the solution. Strategy number 5, one-liner positioning. If I asked you to explain what your med spa does in one sentence, could you? Most med spa owners can't, and that's a problem. What usually comes out sounds like this. We offer advanced aesthetic and wellness treatments using the latest technology. That may be accurate, but it doesn't tell a patient why they should care or why you're the right fit for them. Instead of positioning yourself with what you do and who you serve, I want you to think in terms of your story brand one-liner, a relatable problem that your patient is facing, the solution you provide, and then a vision for what life looks like after working with you. This three-part framework creates instant clarity, relevance, and emotional connection. Here's the difference. Instead of, we're a full-service med spa offering aesthetic and wellness treatments, try, you know how many women feel frustrated if their confidence falters when they don't recognize themselves in the mirror anymore? We create personalized treatment plans that help women and men regain their confidence and feel more like themselves. Same business, completely different impact. Or instead of, we specialize in medical weight loss and hormone therapy, try, I've talked to so many people who get discouraged, thinking that feeling tired, gaining weight, and being told this is just aging means they have to accept things as they are. We help patients restore balance and energy with medically guided wellness plans so they can feel strong, confident, and in control of their health again. That's a story brand one-liner. It immediately tells the patient you understand their problem, you have a clear solution, and that there's a better future if they take action. This kind of positioning gives your marketing teeth. You stop trying to appeal to everyone and start attracting the right patients, the ones who resonate with your approach, your philosophy, and your outcomes. Here's how to create your own story brand one-liner as a med spa owner. Start with the problem your ideal patient relates to immediately. Clearly state how you help, and then end with a vision of success that they want to move toward. If the patient hesitates or thinks, I'm not sure this is for me, your message is still too vague. Get more specific. Once you have your one-liner, put it everywhere. Your homepage, in the hero section, your Instagram and LinkedIn bios, your videos and ads, even in how your team answers the phone. When your message is clear and consistent, patients don't have to work to understand you. And when they don't have to work, they're far more likely to book. Strategy number 6, make your med spa content personality-driven, not product-driven. The more your content sounds like a product, the less patients trust it. In the med spa world, patients aren't just buying Botox or filler or lasers or GLP-1s, they're buying trust. They're choosing who gets to treat their face, their skin, their body, and their health. And your competitors who are winning right now aren't always the ones with the newest device or the biggest menu of services. They're the ones who show up as real people, sharing opinions, educating with clarity, and letting patients see what it's like to be cared for by them. Trust is the currency of the modern med spa, and you don't have to build it with faceless, overly polished, salesy content. Patients want to know who's actually behind this practice. Do they look natural or overdone? Will they listen to me or push a treatment? Do they have judgment-free guidance for someone like me? So show your personality and your process. Walk through how you decide what's right for a patient. Explain how you think about natural results, and share what you don't recommend and why. Tell the stories that teach, not just the posts that sell. Instead of 3 reasons to book Botox this month, try, I've had patients come in asking for what they saw on TikTok, and I've had to talk them out of it. Here's how we decide what's actually right for your face. Instead of, here are the benefits of laser treatments, try, here are the biggest mistakes people make with skin treatments. They jump from trend to trend without a plan. Let me show you how we build a long-term skin strategy that actually works. This is how you build a point of view that patients care about. It's how you create content that makes people feel like they already trust you before they ever book. Strategy number 7, prioritize quality over frequency. Now, take a deep breath. This is where I want to give you permission to exhale. You do not need to post every day to grow a successful med spa. Posting every day isn't the goal. Connection is, trust is, engagement is. The algorithms don't reward exhaustion. They don't count how often you post. They pay attention to how people respond when you do. Every platform has what's often called a golden hour, the first 60 minutes after you publish. What happens in that window tells the algorithm whether your content is worth showing to more people. If your post sparks comments, saves, shares, and conversation, the platform leans in and amplifies it. If it doesn't, it quietly fades away. So instead of posting just to check a box, give yourself permission to slow down. Only post when you have something that actually matters, something that educates, reassures, or helps a patient. When you do post, be present, respond to those comments and answer those questions. Show up like a real human, not a content machine. One thoughtful, well-explained post that reflects your voice, your values, and your approach will outperform daily rushed content every single time. You don't have to be everywhere, and you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to perform. Your patients aren't looking for constant content. They're looking for someone they can trust. And that starts when you give yourself permission to show up authentically, consistently, but not constantly. Those are the strategies that med spas are using right now to get found, build trust, and attract the right patients without burning out or chasing trends. But knowing the strategies isn't the same as having a plan. And that's exactly why we created our 2026 Marketing Planning Workshop to help med spas and wellness owners turn clarity into a clear, confident roadmap for the year ahead. If you're ready to stop guessing, simplify your marketing, and build a strategy that actually works in 2026, this is where it starts.